In early 1945, Berlin, the proud capital of the Third Reich, became a focal point in a war that spared no stone unturned. Soviet forces, led by Marshal Georgy Zhukov, were swiftly advancing towards the city, determined to end the war by defeating the Nazis in their stronghold. Simultaneously, American and British forces were closing in from the west, making Berlin the epicenter of a clash between the great powers. Inside the city, citizens lived under a constant shadow of fear. Continuous aerial bombardments and a dire shortage of essential supplies turned everyday life into a struggle for survival. Each passing day brought more destruction and grim news. As Soviet troops advanced on Berlin, the city morphed into a true battlefield. Streets once bustling with life were now filled with rubble and corpses. German soldiers, fighting valiantly, found themselves trapped in a losing war. Hitler's orders to fight to the last man were a reflection of his increasing desperation. Meanwhile, civilians endured unspeakable horrors of war. Widespread acts of rape and murder occurred as Soviet forces sought vengeance for Nazi atrocities in Soviet lands. Corpses littered the city, a haunting reminder of human misery. By late April 1945, the final assault on Berlin began. The Battle of Berlin was one of the most brutal confrontations of World War II, with Soviet soldiers engaging in fierce street battles against German defenders. In his underground bunker, Hitler refused to acknowledge defeat, clinging to delusions of victory until the very end. On April 30th, Hitler committed suicide, leaving behind a leadership vacuum and a shattered nation. On May 2nd, Berlin officially fell to Soviet forces. The raising of the red flag over the Reichstag symbolized the end of an era of terror and destruction. With the war in Europe over, Germany faced a new reality. Berlin, once the center of the Nazi Empire, became a symbol of defeat and devastation. The city, divided among the victorious powers, became the starting point for rebuilding a nation. Despite the pain and suffering, there was also a strong desire for healing and reconciliation. Germans, who had long suffered under Nazi rule, began to rebuild their lives and future. The war had ended, but its lessons remained etched in the collective memory. The story of Berlin's fall serves as an enduring reminder of the horrors of war and the importance of striving for peace and justice. It is a tale of human resilience in the face of despair, and of humanity's capacity to learn from its mistakes to forge a better future. Berlin, a city that witnessed the worst of humanity, has become a symbol of hope and determination to never repeat the past. After Berlin's fall and the Nazi Empire's collapse, the key question is, how can modern societies learn from past mistakes to prevent future atrocities? Share your thoughts. What lessons should we take from this history?